Morning. Morning. Hi guys, Vino here. If any of you watch Killam, or Killam FTW, as he used to be called, that's how he introduces a lot of his videos. Morning. It's currently just coming up to 8:10 in the morning, and it feels like the crack of dawn to me because I have had very little sleep over the last couple of days. But long story short, I've acquired two Macs. So yesterday I went out and got a 2006 Mac Pro. I'll show it when I get back in a bit. And today I've managed to secure myself a 2012 MacBook Pro. It does have quite a large fault with it in that the graphics card seems to have a bit of an issue. That if you jiggle it around, the graphics go a bit funny. It might need a replacement graphics card at some point, or might just need a bit of reseating or resoldering, something like that. But you know, I've literally just secured that off of Facebook Marketplace, about to go and collect it. That's what I mean by I'm going to go somewhere. But I'm absolutely shattered, to be honest. And when I get home, or at least this weekend, there's going to be a lot of catching up on sleep, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, it's been a crazy 24 hours or 48 hours, depending on how you look at it. That Mac Pro, I kind of wanted to put out of the deal, but the person, because he was acting a little bit arrogant, to be honest, when I was going through the negotiations with him. But then he kind of revealed that he put it up for £20 less than he wanted to sell it for. So I was like, you know what, I'll take the punt. Kind of realised that it's limited and what Mac OS you can put on it, whereas the 2012 Mac, I'm pretty damn certain you can put right up to the modern version of Mac on there with using, there's a bit of jiggery-pokery to get unsupported Macs on there by, you know, patching the text and all those different things. But there's a way of doing it, basically. I know you can get Big Sur on there, which is Mac OS 11, and then you can get the, is it Monterey? It's the most latest one, which is macOS 12. So we'll see what I can do. But yeah, I'm very happy to get a MacBook 2012 for the price I'm about to get it for. Again, there's quite a big fault with it, but we'll see where things go. Anyway, I'm gonna get my shoes on and go and get there, get back, play around with it, and probably just fall asleep on the sofa for a few hours. So I'll probably check back with you guys. When I'm back, I'm not going to take my camera with me or anything. I may put a couple of clips in from my phone camera while I'm going up there. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so thought I'd do a vlog to document this little process. So hi there guys, I've literally just gotten back, poured myself out a cup of milk just to get a drink. I'm boiling because I've actually got a long sleeved t-shirt on underneath this top. I might take this top off in a minute, but what I thought I'd do is I've got the laptop here. There it is. This is my case, by the way. I had this from many years ago when I used to own a MacBook Pro. So I'm going to take out the laptop from the case, and we can go for a first boot together. So I'm going to open it up. There we go. So the inside, the bottom case does have a little bit of damage, but if I now turn you guys round, and let's give first boot for me anyway. So here we go. I'm wondering if the graphics fault will pop up straight away. Apparently when it's moved, if it's not moved, it's perfectly happy. So only when it's moved does the graphical fault pop up. So let's have a look. It has been a while since I've touched one of these. A little concerning that it's taken this long to boot into macOS Catalina. That's concerning. So basically that means it can't find the file system, which is as I said, concerning. So either I need to download a Catalina DMG or something, or recovery disk. That's annoying. I'm going to go away and troubleshoot this and get back to you guys. There's normally a keyboard combination you can press to get into recovery. Maybe there's a recovery I can get into. Alright, I'll be back. So, an update, guys. I actually found out online that if you boot it up, Command R as it boots up, you can get into a recovery mode. This is an internet recovery mode. So back when I used to own a Mac, this wasn't really a thing. So when you installed Mac OS, the latest version I had, which was whichever was after, was it Lion or Mountain Lion? One of those. Lion, I think, was the latest one that when I last had a Mac. And basically, it installed the install file is basically on the same hard disk, whereas this does like an actual internet recovery. So hopefully this will say it will take less than 2 seconds, unless that's more like 2 minutes, and we can see whether I can actually get it into some sort of recovery mode and go from there. One thing I want to check is, yes, the Apple logo does light up. At the moment, the keyboard isn't lighting up. So if I can remember the buttons for that. Well, at the moment the keyboard doesn't want to light up. Okay, so we'll see what that is. That, yeah, none of the function buttons are working. So not even the screen up and down for the brightness on the screen is working. So I'm guessing that will all, when the tools and the software boots up, that will all happen. Anyway, I'll come back to you guys once this has booted into something other than a screen with a rather nicely animated globe going around. So we have some progress. It looks like it has booted into the Mountain Lion recovery, which means this whole internet recovery thing. I was actually correct when I said earlier that the latest version I had, which was I think Mountain Lion, in fact I had a disc for Mountain Lion or whatever it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Or was it Snow Leopard disc that I bought? I can't remember. It was a while ago now. But basically, originally it was like you can't recover because we need to connect to the internet. But I've connected to the internet. We are on the internet. But yeah, it looks like Mountain Lion is installed, which is funny because I'm pretty damn certain the other said Catalina, which Catalina is the latest version that this MacBook can officially support, but there is a way to at the very least get Big Sur on here, if not Monterey. I can't remember what the latest version of Mac is. I'm not in the loop, shall I say, way out of the loop when it comes to Mac operating systems nowadays. But yeah, it looks like we are getting somewhere. I want to kind of jiggle it to see what the graphical fault, but I don't think that'd be a good idea to trigger that while it's recovering at the moment. But I'm actually really happy that it's just the yeah, I still can't get the function keys to work. Hopefully that the backlight of the keyboard is still working, because that's one of the nicer features of a MacBook Pro. I do have an SSD to potentially put in this, but we'll see how it all goes. At the moment, one thing I do like to see, we come up here. Oh, I can't. Okay. One thing I do like to see is the battery seems to be still in pretty good nick. We come up to here. Oh, come on, autofocus. Nope, it doesn't want to know anything about that. But if you look here, there you go, 93%. The battery does seem to be in pretty good nick, which is always a concern with these older laptops. I will plug it into power, actually, because it's always a good idea to plug into power when you're doing recovery stuff. But yeah, I'll check back with you in about half an hour, probably when this is restored. I might just simply get it up to Catalina, to be honest. Might be something that I will do and then get back to you guys. But yeah, there we go. Hi guys, so Vino here. I'm kind of talking quietly, because it's literally 3:30 in the morning. As you can see from that clock, or I could have gone up here to here, although the focus seems to have a problem with this screen. But it has been many hours later. Not only am I speaking kind of quietly because it is 3:30 in the morning, but I am kind of exhausted. It has taken hours upon hours, but after hours upon hours, if I go to about this Mac, we have a MacBook mid 2012, which is actually funny because the late 2012 models are the ones that had the Retina displays, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. After probably 7 to 8 hours worth of time, I finally have this up to Mac OS Monterey, which is the latest version of Mac OS. There is another one that's just come out that I've completely forgotten the name of right now, but for now Monterey is the latest version, and we have it up and running on this laptop. So basically what happened is you've got to use this program here, which is OpenCore Patcher, which I've accidentally just launched. You've got to use this, and you can create a macOS installer, and once you do that, you then build and install OpenCore, and then after you've installed the operating system, you then post install root patch. And anyway, once all that is all set up, you're good to go. The first time I did this, and I did it to I did it to a USB stick, a USB adapter with an SD card. The first time it did this, it buggered up, basically. And because it buggered up, I had to go right the way back to start, because I'd actually deleted the drive, the SSD that's in this thing, and it's actually SSD I found out, and start all over again. Back from Mountain Lion, I had to upgrade to El Capitan, because I tried to get this program running in Mountain Lion. Doesn't work. You've got to get to at least El Capitan. You don't have to go all the way to Catalina, so that did cut out about an hour's worth of time there, but you have to get to El Capitan because OpenCore Patcher doesn't work in Mountain Lion. So once I was back in El Capitan, I then did a little jiggery pokery. If we go to Disk Utility now, this is sort of doing something. But if we look over here, I've got Untitled, which is the main drive, and then Mac OS 2. I made this partition as a separate partition, basically, so I could always have something to go back to. That's now empty of anything, and what I'm doing at the moment, this is going to sound a little bit complicated, I'm cloning Mac OS 2 onto Untitled, because what I'm then going to do is remove this partition, essentially, so Untitled can be the full 120 gig, because at the moment it's Mac OS 2 is only 59 gig, and then this is 60 gig, but I can't, because this is a partition of Untitled, which is the drive. It's a bit complicated, but long story short, I need to do this in order to get the full space of the disk. But yes, I had to go all the way back to the beginning, and then I had to redo the disk, the USB stick. Once all that was done, finally, I managed to get into macOS Monterey. I still have to set up my Apple ID. That's still causing me issues for some reason. But once I'm in completely, it'll be fantastic. So yeah, it's taken hours upon hours upon hours, but I think I've actually managed to get a 2012 MacBook up to the latest and greatest version of macOS, and I couldn't be happier. And it runs really well, actually. This runs pretty superbly. for how old this laptop is, for the operating system that's running on it. I mean, this computer is no slouch really. It is a dual core 2.5 gigahertz with 8 gig of RAM, so it's not it's no slouch really, but it works really well. I mean, there's a little bit of lag and a little bit of performance issue, but mostly it works really well. I've also actually installed OpenCore Patcher locally on the hard disk. I just realised that's uninstalled itself. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Which allows some different things and what have you. But yeah, couldn't be happier. I can't do anything with the App Store right now because I do need to sign to my Apple ID, but that's causing problems because I kind of got two-factor authentication enabled, and yeah, there's some jank with that, so to speak. But yeah, I've got it all working. It's all up and working. I now have a MacBook Pro that's fully spammed up with the latest version of Mac OS, and I'm sure that this OpenCore Patcher will allow you to go up to the latest version of Mac OS, which is Mac OS 13, I do believe, because Monterey is Mac OS 12. Anyway, that has been, bit of a journey today, to say the least. But I'm very happy with this. Very happy with the price I paid, the £50. By the way, the graphical issue has popped up once or twice, but as long as the thing stays still while it's on, like on a desk, not a problem at all. So I'm very, very happy with this. And yeah, so now have a nice 13-inch MacBook Pro. It can be used generally as a laptop as well, obviously, as long as it's not jarred around too much. Yeah, very happy. Anyway, guys, please take care, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra, guys.